All right, how's everyone doing? I am Rich Celenza. Thanks for checking out my channel. So, what I want to get into today is something regarding V-necks, T-shirts, like the one I'm wearing. I even wore one today, and sweaters. Because I don't think a lot of guys realize how far they'll go as far as being able to utilize them in many different aspects of your wardrobe, all right? I think a lot of us love vintage tees now more than ever. I think. Or we just like a plain white tee, maybe crew neck, maybe a V-neck too, or just different style T-shirts in general, I guess you could say. But I'm here to tell you, if you're really starting a wardrobe from the ground floor and you're happy with the weight you're at, I talk a lot of times, if you're not happy where you are, physically, you want to gain some weight, build some muscle, maybe lose some weight, right? Let's start with that. Kind of get to a point where you're kind of happy with the weight you're at and then start building a wardrobe. We don't necessarily want to start spending all this money and time building a wardrobe when all of a sudden, you want to lose 20 pounds. It doesn't make sense because say, for instance, you're an XL and you drop to an L or even a medium, or say you're a medium and an L or an L, and then all of a sudden you're an XL or 2XL if you want to get bigger, whatever the case may be. But back to the T-shirts, a V-neck, I go with a plain, simple black or dark blue. This one's dark blue. A lot of the dark blues are very close to black. Same with the sweater. I like just a simple V-neck, black. I actually thought I had one. I had a Lacoste V-neck dark blue, and I don't know what the hell it is. Put that aside. That shit happens with me all the time. I give stuff away. But I realize I don't have a black one either. I don't know what the hell happened. The one thing I'm telling you to get that'll help build up your wardrobe, it's very simple, affordable, is two of the things I don't even have anymore. It's ridiculous in itself. So, but I did have this, and I have a black one as well. I also have white. I have some other colors that I like, and they're just simple V-neck shirts. And here's the thing regarding these things. They go with everything. I'm telling you right now, you can kind of get away with a V-neck, solid color, white, black, blue, red, whatever color you like, with some jeans, dress pants, shorts. It goes with everything. I'm telling you right now, as long as you kind of stick with the solids. A lot of times, some of these vintage T-shirts that we like, they may fall a little too much on the casual side, depending on what we have on the shirt. Like I got a cool one with Hulk Hogan and all these different things. Whatever. I get them as gifts, and I wear them, and I love them. I wear a lot of Disney stuff now. I don't know what happened to me as a man. Who the hell knows? I get them as gifts. I live in Orlando, Florida. I love Slinky Dog. And before you know it, I got all these Disney shirts with that dog on it. I just love Toy Story in general. Put that aside again. Let's get back to the V-neck. I was with my uncle. We had to go to a funeral last week. And he didn't, for the wake, everybody was wearing suits. I actually wore a leather coat. I'm suited out right now. But he wanted to wear a suit, and truthfully, a lot of his suits were maybe a little on the out of touch style, which is fine. But we found two that worked really well, and we had him dressed for the funeral. He asked for my guidance. I went through a bunch of different things regarding what I think would be really cool right now and kind of be in style a little bit. And then we were stuck with this other suit, and nothing he had was working. His shirts with the tie, nothing. And I said, do you have a black shirt, a V-neck maybe, because it's in Chicago? And he did. He pulled out. It looked awesome. But what ended up happening? He ended up going with a black regular style shirt, long sleeve, which looked great too, which I should do a podcast on that. But nonetheless, back to the black T-shirt or black V-neck sweater, again, goes with everything. It fits under your sport coat. It could fit under a suit. They look cool and they match everything. I wouldn't recommend, getting a white long sleeve V-neck T-shirt necessarily at the beginning. It's not going to go with nearly as many things. Also, a lot of times with white, depending on the fabric, it just doesn't flow sometimes with a lot of different fabrics in suits or sport coats, where regardless, like this style can really look sharp underneath any suit, sport coat. I can even put sweaters over it if I wanted to do that, like something like a golf sweater. It works as well. So these are just different things I'm trying to give you on what to work with. And back to affordability. I'm always talking about consignment and resale and finding things in that nature because, I want you to save money. But you can find a lot of nice V-neck T-shirts. And if you want to go crew, you could go crew. I just think crew doesn't have the style that like a V-neck has, but you can do whatever you want. But you can find these in many, big box stores. You can almost get a nice T-shirt V-neck for $7.99, $10.99. Now, here's the thing to look out for, though, a lot of times with these. Some are shittier than others brands. I don't want to mention them. Some are obviously a lot better in higher-end stores. But again, you may pay for a T-shirt $39, $49. You're going to be like, what the you know what I mean? You don't want to pay that. I get it. But a lot of times, again, depending on the material. So I would say check different types of stores. I just don't want to start listing them all here. But back to you finding the right one for what you want to spend. I really wouldn't spend more than $15 on a V-neck. They're almost disposable too, or just T-shirts in general. Now there's some really cool vintage T-shirts. I'm not going to say you're going to get away with that with some vintage tees, especially if you want to go higher end, certain brands. I get it. Especially if you're going to go real high level to something more highly fashionable. Of course, you're not going to get a V-neck T-shirt for that amount of money, but you really should consider this and go again with the solids. And I traditionally like to stick with colors that I know can work with everything. Because, and again, these are so cheap you can wear them with whatever the hell you want. But a lot of times I discuss going with solids regarding certain things. And I know I could be boring, and I get it. But at least start with a solid. All right, I'd go black, V-neck, and blue. Same with a V-neck, maybe sweater, just start with a black one. Now, price-wise for the V-neck sweaters, again, that can vary. You can go to lower level stores or higher level. I will say, when it comes to a sweater V-neck, what I like to do is find them that they have, how do I say it? Okay, of course they're going to be cotton, but they have a sheen to them. They don't look already dull and plain. They kind of look really slick, if that kind of makes sense. They're a higher quality, especially if you're going to start wearing them under suits or sport coats, all right? And, back to just wearing even a V-neck sweater, right, with just kind of pulling it up the sleeves and kind of looking cool if you got a watch or a bracelet or some jewelry. They look really good. If you kind of got traps too and you work out a lot, it kind of shows off your body, your arms, both the T-shirt and the sweater, which is kind of cool. The one thing I would look out for, though, regarding the T-shirt and the V-neck sweater is the base. Because a lot of people I know that wear them, if they can either fill them out up here and they're really baggy on the bottom. Also, the flip side of that, they're kind of, tight here and they're really tight on the bottom. Just make sure you don't do that. You want it to conform and kind of make you look the best you can. Now, if your shirts are or sweaters are too big, just have them tailored. You got to do it sometimes. It is worth the money. Again, it's not always about the type of clothes you're buying. It's that you're buying clothes that fit you correctly. I can't emphasize that enough, man. I discuss this a lot when I tell people, I can go with the highest level brand of clothing out there. And if I put it on and it doesn't fit, looks like shit, right? I could go at a lower level and either if it fits me well or I have it tailored, it's going to look better than even a higher quality. It doesn't matter what the hell you buy. We have to make sure it fits. And if it doesn't fit perfectly, we're going to spend a little more money to tailor it. And but that doesn't mean you have to have things tailor-made from scratch unless you have the bread to do that. So just some things I wanted to go through. And I think, too, now with the world becoming more and more casual, especially through like COVID or coronavirus or whatever, I live in Florida, it wasn't as acceptable to maybe wear shirts or like, say, a V-neck or T-shirts out a lot of times, even out for dinner sometimes. But now I think you could put, again, a V-neck T-shirt that's pretty new, not beat up. Let's not beat these things up. That look cool. Again, you could put it under a leather coat. You could put it under a windbreaker. You could put it under a long sleeve sweater. Could even put it under a hoodie. Whatever the case may be, they work. They look good as long as they fit correctly. And again, the whole ensemble works. If you're going to wear a V-neck shirt like this, for instance, and then put swim trunks on, of course you're not going to be most likely to maybe go out to dinner and things like that. But if you look cool, maybe you have some designer glasses on, like I said, a watch, and maybe some nice looking pants, dress shoes, or even whatever type of shoes you want to wear, it's going to be cool. And you're not going to sweat to death. The reality of it, I do like, and I don't even know if it's acceptable or not, and I could give a shit, is I wear a lot of my V-necks under sport coats or dress coats or sport jackets because a lot of times I can move in them better. And I used to always have long sleeve shirts, and then you have the sport coat or the suit or whatever, and it just gets long, and it's always got to look perfect to me. When I just put a nice like t-shirt, V-neck on, and a nice, sport coat or jacket, it works perfect. So I'm going to wrap it up there. Hopefully you got some information, but again, don't spend a ton of money on this stuff. I'm telling you right now, the trick to having even more clothes is saving money. So if you do want to build a big wardrobe, think about how to save money doing it. And, if you have a ton of money, you may consider saving money on clothes because you might be able to invest that money in the things that'll make you more money. Because a lot of times when you buy clothes, like I said earlier, they're kind of disposable unless they're unique pieces. But you got to look at clothes. They're just clothes. You know what I mean? And things go in and out of style. So don't get caught up with that. All right. All right. What else do I got? Oh, check out my podcast, The Rich Celenza Show. I'm also on LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. You get a chance, subscribe. All right. Take care, and I wish you nothing but the best. Oh, yeah. If you got any questions, comments, hit me up. All right. Take care.